How's it going, guys? Cody, guys, back again, dropping yet another video. Right, guys, as you can see from the title of the video, the subsequent headline and the pictures, this is a story coming out of a prison in Scotland in relation to a prison nurse who was paid £1,500 to smuggle drugs into the prison, right? As usual, guys, I'll put a link in the description below, and as always, let me know what you think about the story. Do you feel sorry for it? Is it her own fault? You have to let me know. So the headline reads, prison nurse who earned £1,500 smuggling cocaine and cannabis into prison, hidden inside herself. Helen Dagg, the girl you can see at the beginning of the video in the pictures, aged 28, delivered the drugs to an inmate in the Peterhead super prison and begged the judge for leniency. A prison nurse who earned £1,500 smuggling drugs into a high security prison has been locked up. Helen Dagg, aged 28, walked into a trap when she arrived at work with cannabis resin inside her shoe and cocaine hidden inside her body. Dagg took £1,500 for the delivery of the drugs to an inmate who she gave her mobile number to in the Peterhead super prison, reports the Daily Record. Dagg was jailed for 9.5 months yesterday, despite sobbing in the dock as her solicitor argued for leniency. However, she was later seen laughing with prison guards, the prison guards in the dock and stuff. The court heard how the mental health nurse with HMP Grampian was battling her own issues when she fell prey to a prisoner. Her solicitor, Stephen Knowles, tried to persuade the sheriff to impose a community payback order rather than a jail term. Knowles said he didn't wish to embarrass Dagg by going into detail about her mental health issues, but he said that when the offences were committed on April the 19th, 2018, she had a borderline personality disorder. Dagg didn't seek help until after she was caught when a sniffer dog singled her out. At an earlier hearing, Dagg admitted 2 charges of supplying drugs at HMP and Young Offenders Institution Grampian. She had cannabis wraps in her shoes and a capsule containing 3 grams of cocaine was found inside her body. Dagg told police the name of a prisoner she was delivering the drugs to. On the street, the cannabis resin was valued at between £100 and £310, the cocaine at £170 to £300, but had a value in jail 5 times higher. Sheriff McCrossan told Dagg there was nothing impulsive in the way you acted. In your position, you would have known you were breaking every rule. A spokesperson for NHS Grampian in Aberdeen said, "We note the decision but will not be commenting further." HMP and Young Offenders Institute Grampian, the prison holds 600 prisoners, but the prison currently holds 450 prisoners, 50 of which are women. Now, of them 50 women, she's going to be one of them. From every courthouse in the UK, you go to a specific prison unless that prison's locked out. So there's a high probability now that this prison nurse, Helen Dagg, who you can see at the beginning of the video in the pictures, is actually serving time in the prison that she used to walk the landings off. Do you feel sorry for her, guys? Right now, obviously, as someone that's been in prison and stuff, right now, she's done it off her own back for her own financial gain, right? Obviously, she's fallen into the trap. She was caught. How many times has she brought her parcels in? Parcels being contraband, drugs, mobile phones and stuff, right? It could have been her first time and she was just unlucky enough to get caught. But one would believe that it's normally like obviously it's normally that they've done drops and then like. The sniffer dog singled her out on this occasion. Now, like I say, she's done it for her own financial gain and stuff, right? She knows right from wrong. She's tried to use her mental health as a mitigating circumstance. When it comes to sentencing, you've got mitigating circumstances which are in your favour, and there's also aggravating circumstances. Obviously, she was a prison nurse within the prison. She was in a trusted position. She abused that power to obviously bring drugs into the prison. Now, like I say, prisoners are very manipulative, guys, right? Like, we're masters. Prisoners are masters at manipulating the situation or people or prison officers or nurses in prisons for their own cause and stuff, right? Like I say, it's all about supply and demand and stuff within prison. Obviously, drugs are a massive business within prison, very, very lucrative. As it states there, drugs can go for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times that. Depends on how many drugs are on the wing. If you're the only person with a drug on the wing, you can charge a premium and people will pay it. if you can't, if everyone's got drugs on the wing, you've got to bring your prices down, because otherwise people will undercut you. It's a business at the end of the day. The fact that she's taken drugs into the prison, it doesn't surprise me. It's happening more and more and stuff. She could have been besotted with this prisoner. She could have sent sexual pictures to this prisoner, and then he's blackmailing her, saying, I'll go after your family, I'll tell the prison officers and the governor that you sent me pictures of you in your uniform or whatever. Prisoners are very manipulative. They're always thinking, it's like a game of chess. They're always 2 or 3 steps ahead. And obviously she's fallen into the trap. She's not the first person. There was another nurse that I've read about, I think yesterday actually, that I need to cover as well in a vlog. She was besotted with a prisoner, and she took drugs into prison. Goes on that way. When you've got female officers working alongside men, right, you build up a bond and stuff, and there's chemistry and stuff, and you can't help who you're attracted to and stuff like that. Now, when you're in prison, a screw that you might not look at if you was out like as a free man, right, looks like fucking, you know what I mean, like a supermodel in prison. But like I say, it's all about working that person, and then you're like, you work them, and then next minute you're like, listen, will you bring drugs in? Oh, like, yeah, go on then. How much we talking? And at the end of the day, money talks. That's probably more than she earns in a month, right? And like I say, she's fallen into that way. But then what she's done, she's then grassed the prisoner up, so the prisoner will have been spun in the prison. She should have just kept her mouth shut, took the charge. The money that was offered, that you've got to look at risk and reward, guys, right? And the risk versus reward, 1,500 quid. She ended up spending 9.5 months in prison. She's lost a pension now. She's lost a job. She'll never be able to work back in the NHS and stuff. She'll end up probably getting out, working minimum wage, working in a care home or something like that. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But like I say, guys, we all know right from wrong. She's fallen into the trap. She's been manipulated. Maybe it was just the money that spoke to her. Maybe that's what she did. Well, she's done it for the money. But like I said, she could have been in the prisoner's pocket, because the prisoners worked on her and stuff. And that's just the way it goes. She might have been attracted to him. He might have been attracted to her. They might have been sexual, like, I don't know, touching or something like that, sexual relationships. It goes on within prison, guys. It really, really does. Like I say, staff corruption's a big problem. Drugs get into prison many different ways. Parcels over the wall, handed over on visits, prison officers bringing it in, prison nurses bringing it in. You smuggle it yourself if you're being sent down or recalled. Well, you don't know if you're going to be recalled, do you really? But if you're being sent down again, pack a load of drugs in your prison pocket or anal cavity, however you want to dress that up, take it to prison, shit it out, break it down into individual deals and sell it, and you'll make a lot of money, and it goes on that way. But yeah, guys, so she's serving 9.5 months, so she'll do like 4 and 3/4, and that 4 and like that's it, that's her. What do you reckon, guys? Is she stupid? Do you feel sorry for her? Is her mental health? She only sought mental health help after she was arrested, because she obviously knows, coming up to sentencing, that a letter from her doctor could potentially help her and sway the judges and stuff. But the judges are coming down hard and stuff. 9.5 months is nothing, guys. Like I say, short sentence and stuff. On that short sentence, there's no sentencing plan for her. Was it worth it for her? Absolutely not. She disgraced herself. She's been named and shamed in local papers, national papers. This is a story that's come out of the Daily Mirror, which is a sister paper of the Daily Record and stuff. And like I say, when she goes for any sort of position now as a nurse, she'll have a DBS check, which is like a background check and stuff, and obviously possession of drugs, supplying contraband to HMP. Are they going to give her a job? Would you? Let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. Cody out.